Hi. Um, I'm Dragonis, and hi. If you know me, during the dancing video, or if you're the old guys, you know me from like the dancing video I did, like in the previous 2 months. If you're new here, then you think I'm like strange or something. But you're probably wondering why I'm reviewing Chainsaw Man book. Well, I got bored and I like to talk about it because I read a lot. I'm kind of used to reading a lot. And J Man Part 2 is kind of getting like rough. And also, if the backgrounds like change and my clothes change, it means that it's another day, and I guess, or another week. But if I've uploaded this, and if the backgrounds change, it's just days and stuff and time of editing this. I mean, the end is gonna be shitty. Yeah, it looks like it's an old video, and well, I hope you enjoy this because I'm reviewing Chainsaw Man and it's major flaws. Yeah, it's major flaws. Also, if you think I'm a weeaboo, or a otaku or something, or am I really interested in anime? Look at this. Yeah, my room is completely empty. Like, there's a TV plug here that my dad hasn't done, like, reinstalling, and there is absolutely no posters, so yeah. So yeah. Uh, so yeah, here's the Chainsaw Man Part 2 review or talk or something about my opinion on it. So let's talk about that. So, Chainsaw Man Part 1 in a nutshell. Also, if you notice the mic turned down, I turned it down myself. This mic is crap. I had to readjust a lot of things for it to work. Uh, in Chainsaw Man Part 1, Denji is a boy who was poor and he needed money to live. And so because his, father died. And uh, and then he had to like he met a dog, a chainsaw dog with a head of a chainsaw, who he named Pochita, and he in his harm, and they had to make a deal that they should support each other and stuff. Also, if you're expecting manga panels and stuff to like flash over the screen and like do a lot of great things or something, I don't know how to do that yet. Yeah, like I don't know how to edit that stuff to like for the manga panels to like slide and stuff, so you're just getting a poorly edited video of it. So next. Uh then she had to like take a job and they do like jobs of devil hunting and stuff. Also this is the world of devils and stuff. So yeah. If you Chainsaw Man fans already know. Um the zombie they do like devil hunting jobs and stuff. So they grew up doing that, and on this particular job, they went to a warehouse, and they had to deal with the zombie devil. The zombie devil, yeah. They got betrayed, and Deji almost died because of that. And and Fujita made a contract with him so that they could live and stuff. And yeah, so Deji now transformed into the Chainsaw Man and stuff. So yeah, he kills the zombie devil, and he meets a girl named Matima, who is a leader of the organization. They came in a group that entered the warehouse, and Makima recruits Denji into her group, and Denji now meets Aki and Power, and they do like devil hunting missions together, and they meet other group members, which almost dying in the story, and they meet lots of people, and Denji learns that that he need that he wants like sexual desires. He wants to feel some boobs or like do other gory stuff or missing stuff. And yeah, that's what gave him the motivation to do the jobs and stuff. And Bakima, spoilers for the manga or whatever. Makima is a twist villain. Uh, he he controls Denji into like killing his friends, and he he got controlled by it, and that one made him kill Makima at the end and stuff. And that's what motivates Denji to have some control over his life and to be the hero of his own story. Then Chainsaw Man Part 2, which is like, uh. Sorry if this explanation of Part 1 was crappy, also. This in a nutshell from my head, so yeah. I read it, I read a lot, but I don't really want to talk about Part 1 too much because that's not really the meat of this video, so here is Chainsaw Man Part 2. Here's Chainsaw Man Part 2. So, the main characters I want to talk about in Chainsaw Man Part 2 is Mitaka Asa, Yoru, Fumiko, Denji himself, Yoshida, and the other War Devils and stuff. I'm not talking about the other my main side characters because they're useless and stuff and they die, like Nayuta. And first guy I want to talk about is Yoshida. Yoshida is just a mysterious guy. He does mysterious things and mysterious like other side chops and mysterious stuff. So he just does mysterious things and mysterious quotes. It does mysterious things like blow himself up and mysteriously smiles with his mysterious face, which smiles a lot and stuff. Yeah, I don't like that. She's just there to be mysterious. It's just there to mysteriously like do covert stuff and do stuff that we never see in the background, which is kind of lame because I actually want him to have like his own character moments that really make his character pop out rather than just be the mysterious guy. The guy who always smirks and does stuff with a smile. It just do things mysteriously without even having a backstory. So it just makes him just a mysterious loner. And I want his backstory because it really emphasizes that he's a character and not some Sasuke guy who smiles a lot and does evil things and mysterious things. So that I could really like his character instead of just being a mysterious guy. So, Yorinasa, first Yoru. Yoru is the War Devil. She's one of the four horsemen of the apocalypse, and she's supposed to control war and do crazy stuff, like shoot building, because of the God Devil and the Take Devil. And Yoru is also a love interest for Denji. Since he finds him interesting, I guess, because Asa, I guess. Um, so Yoru is like trying to be like the final villain, and I think Fujimoto's like really setting her up to be that and stuff. So yeah. Yeah, I don't like yeah, that's like wrong because that because he is presumably set up t- being set up to be the villain even though she's being treated like a love interest. Like she kisses Denji and assaults him, and that's it. It doesn't really have that final villain feeling. It just has like a thing for Denji. Like yeah, she kills a lot of people and kills like tons of buildings and destroys them, but that's it. He doesn't really kill anyone important, and he doesn't really need to have that significance. She's just there to be funny villain doing killing sprees and stuff. Because compared to Makima, Makima feels like he controls everyone. She feels like she controls everything and stuff. Like, for example, when Makima asked Denji to like open the door for to let power in, even though then she got that feeling of like she doesn't want you, he still wanted to because Makima was controlling her, and that made Denji open the door and let Makima kill her. She killed power by using Denji. That's what the control devil does, and Mak and that's what made Makima like a really, really good villain to me, because he has this controlling nature and stuff. Joru doesn't feel like a final villain. She just seems to enjoy like putting holes in people and just shooting everyone. She doesn't really kill anyone important, and that's just it. And also, Misaka Asa. Asa is just Asa was like being set up to be a great character in the beginning of part one, part two, but now she, for even being further ahead, she just seems like he's just there. Like Asa is relatable, yeah, he's relatable and being like pathetic and like he doesn't want to be in a situation he doesn't want to be involved in and like companionship and stuff. But that's it. She's just relatable at the beginning. Now she just feels like she's just there to stare at stuff and get appalled and stuff. And have to save Denji since Asa also likes Denji since that. And her character, what I hate about her character the most is that she bases her character development off of Denji's character development. Like I want her to have her own character moments, like with her talk with her friend like her talking friend. We don't see that anymore in ahead of part two. We just don't see that anymore. Like she bases her character development off of Denji, that she's his love interest and stuff. And I hate that. Or like when Asa just stares at Yoru at her final form, and you just be like, "That's it? You're just gonna do it?" Like she just seems emotionless. It just seems like he was there and stuff. And that's it. He just stares at her with a blank face, and that's it. He didn't even get surprised. I think Asa is like trying to be built up to be like getting killed at the end. I think that's why she's like all emotionless and stuff to have like some sort of bittersweet ending to the character. Well, I'm not gonna feel bittersweet if she dies. I'm just gonna feel disappointed because we just wasted all of that character and giving her character meaning into a really lame death. Just, I don't want her character to be like that. So, yeah, as if for Yoru and Asa. If y'all are wondering why I'm not mentioning the Wanji and the other like devil hunters and stuff in part two, first Quanji. Wanji's gone. Quanji's just gone. He's just gone. Lopped her head off. They lopped her head off and then gone. And he's just gone. Not even see her character anymore. And the other devil hunters are just dead and dead and stuff. And they're just dying everywhere and stuff. Um, so, Fumiko. Fumiko. I want to rant about Fumiko because Fumiko kind of pisses me off. Uh, so Fumiko is like a partner to Yoshida, and they like character moments and stuff, and they interact. I guess they interact sometimes. Fumiko in the recent chapters, um, apparently made a contract to the STD devil. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that is a fear, but apparently it's a fear, I guess. I don't know how STDs are a devil. Because to me, that's like of a significant little margin of diseases. That's like little. So I don't know how that applies as a fear or applies to be big enough to be a devil. So yeah, she's contracted with that. And to use this power, she has to literally have sex to like clone herself. That's how he like came back at the aging devil arc. She came back to life when she got her heart erased. So she has sex to clone herself. And yeah, I hate that. Um she basically a slut. She's a slut. He's just a slut. And he just lets men have sex to her with her to multiply. That's it. That's her character. That's how little and dumb her character is. Like the STD devil power to me is worse. It's just dumb. It's out of context and out of panel. It's just like like you know how bad it is. I could replace it in a heartbeat. I could replace it like that. Like watch this. The diseased devil. When Fumiko contrasts with that devil. When one of her clones is like sick or something with a disease, she could clone herself. But if one of her clones isn't in a disease, it just never happens. Like boom, there, a new power, just like that. Like that's how replaceable her power is, and that's kind of more in depth than the STD devil and stuff. Fumiko went from being like a cool girl who uses a bat to kill enemies and stuff to a really interesting character to just being a slut and having sex a lot just so that he can multiply. And that's bad. That's really bad. I'm sorry if that's like supposed to be like sex, like human trafficking and sex trafficking, but that's still to me inferences that she's a slut who has sex a lot. That's bad. I don't want to think of her as a slut. I want to think of her as a cool girl, like a cool girl. I'm sorry, but I thought she was just a cool girl in the beginning. Like, she swings her battle line, shoots people. But now she's just a slut. And I hate that. I want her to be cool. And so that's Fumiko. Fumiko makes me angry. So, we finally get to the main protagonist, Denji. Denji in Chainsaw Man Part 1 was, like, a really good main character. he had like a sim he had like a want to have booze or something, but he had like great character development moments, like when he had when he like refused Makima into going on a date with her, like for like to hang out with his friends, like then she refused to like go with Makima and stuff after he realized that power needed him. And he also like he also like gained gained some life in him when Power talked about him like wanting to Denchi like wanting to die and stuff since he fulfilled everything in his life. But Power like talked to him so that he could like get up and do stuff. And I really like that about Denji's character. He learns how to like get his life on track. He learns that he needs control over his life in part one. And at the part one ending, he seems like he finally knows what he wants instead of boobs. He wants to be a hero so that he could not feel control again and have a girlfriend on his own without being manipulated and stuff. In part two, he is being manipulated everywhere. Like he forgets that he got manipulated by Makima, and now he's just being controlled by everyone. Like when when fu- when the real like Death Devil, like the girl and I girl thing. I don't know why she's the Death Devil. She should stay like the family devil or something. But when she showed him her panties, like he's just not listening at all, and he's just being manipulated again. Or when Fumiko uh showed a new picture of her in like in a new shot, he's just being controlled again. And he asks that if he's just using him, and then he just goes back to being stupid once Fumiko shows her nude picture to him so that he could feel controlled. Like, Denji is real simultaneously realizing that he's being controlled while still being stupid, and I hate that. He's just being controlled again. Denji just took a step back from part one into a guy being controlled. Like, where was his development in part one? He realized that being he freaking realized that being controlled isn't the way of life, and he shouldn't be controlled and stuff. He he learns that he needed to be someone who has control over his life. Like I don't care if he wants to feel like boobs and stuff and just wants to have a have a have sex with girl with Yoru or Aso or whatever. But then she needs to realize that he is being controlled. Listen, like the Fire Devil said, I don't want him to apologize for every wrong, simple thing he's done. I want him to actually be a decent person and actually be clever and not being controlled all the damn time. Because Denji is always being controlled in part 2. And I hate that. It feels like a step down in his character. And I want him to at least be a decent person rather than being controlled and being a dumbass. Y'all are wondering why I'm not getting into that much of the four horsemen of the apocalypse is because Like the two other horsemen are like they're not really that much to talk about. Like the Famine Devil, the real Famine Devil, uh, he's just a girl who fights a lot. It doesn't really have any hunger properties or really something that has to do with farming. He just analyzes stuff and fights a lot and throws rocks at people for some reason. And that's it. Oh yeah. And the Death Devil, she controls like other devils, like the Falling Devil, and just throws like rocks of turds that look like turds. Like the Guillotine Devil, which is a bird with guillotine in it. And yeah, that's it for a character. He just stands a lot and stares at people a lot and eats a lot, like a lot of things. I don't know why they switched their characters. Like the Death Devil eating a lot doesn't seem to be about death. He just eats a lot and controls people. There's not really anything about death yet. I don't think so. Not yet. And he should have stayed as the Farming Devil instead of switching their names. Because to me, that doesn't really make sense. Like, the Death Stuff, the Freedom Farming Devil seems perfect for a Death Devil or something. I don't know. I think it's really perfect to me. Uh, the author, Fujimoto, the author, I think he's, I think he's really starting to not like to make this story. Like he's starting to not like Chainsaw Man Part 2 because his writing is getting like all kind of really sluggish because I think he seems tired and the concepts are like kind of good, but they're not really that good. They're like poorly executed and stuff. I think he's like really getting tired of making Chainsaw Man, of like continuing Chainsaw Man, because the part one ending is perfect. The part one ending is really perfect, and I think Fujimoto was really hoping to end on that so that he could do like his other works. Like I really like Goodbye Sarah, or like the other one shot where there's like a devil sister and the brother has to protect her from the has to like protect her from causing any trouble and stuff. And I think Fujimoto really wants to end this quickly so that he could continue working on other stuff, so that he could like be a great manga creator. Uh, and well, I hope that the the rest of the story uh is any good. Like I hope that the rest of the story is like any good so that it could really ramp up the character development and like really help with character growth and stuff. Because the character growth right now is not doing great. So yeah. Um pretty sure the next chapter of Chainsaw Man is gonna decide if I'm gonna keep reading this and if it's bad, I'm gonna drop it. I'm just gonna drop it. If it's good, I'll keep reading, I guess. But if it's really, if it's bad, I'm just gonna. If it's bad to me, I'm just gonna drop it. And I think, I think that's my opinion on Chainsaw Man. It has interesting content, but it's being poorly executed. So that's it for the Chainsaw Man opinion review thing. Um, if the thing's bad, I'm just gonna drop it and see if and like read it in its entirety when it's fully finished, so that I can do like a really good review on it to see how it goes and stuff. I'll probably forget to do that, make a video of that. here's the outro of the thing. Here's the outro of this video. So here's the outro of this video, I guess. I thought it was pretty cool that I made this, so I hope you liked it and stuff. And Dragon is out, and I hope to see you again in the next video I might make.
Tomorrow's mine. You awoke me, unleashed